Good evening. I'm Valerie Pritchett.
I'm Alicia Richards. So glad you're with us. Dealing with the nation's debt limit is crucial. Otherwise, experts say the result would be economically catastrophic.
Earlier today, the U.S. reached its borrowing capacity, setting up a congressional showdown that could have devastating consequences. Sarah Wilson joins us now live from our newsroom to explain. Sarah.
Alicia, Valerie, the U.S. reached its debt limit today. Usually that would cause chaos, but the Treasury Department is taking what it calls extraordinary measures to avoid defaulting on its debt. A 100-year-old policy meant to make borrowing money easier for the federal government has done pretty much the opposite.
What the U.S. government has consistently done in the past is they just raised their limit.
That was until Thursday, when the U.S. hit its debt ceiling, a cap on the total amount of money it can borrow to pay back the bills it already owes.
So if your limit's $10,000, they go ahead and request a $12,000, $15,000 limit, and then they don't have to worry about it.
But so far, Congress hasn't done that. Usually, that would prompt the government to default on its debt. But the Treasury Department says it's taking, quote, extraordinary measures to avoid that.
Essentially what they're doing at the heart of it are no longer paying obligations to their pension plans. So they are reallocating money from pension over to pay their debt.
Now the U.S. isn't expected to default on its debt until early June, but that means the clock is ticking for Congress. Will Congress raise the debt ceiling? That's $1 million question.
It's beyond $1 million. That's $1 trillion question. Right now they're playing a game of chicken. Democrats are saying you just raised the debt ceiling. We're not worrying about spending. And there is a small group of Republicans that are commandeering that side of the party, saying we need some fiscal austerity. We need to rein in some of the spending.
The good news is that many experts, including Langen, believe Congress will reach an agreement.
But we could get down to the wire, and if we do get down to the wire, you can definitely see some extreme volatility in the government bond market as well as the stock market play out over in the next several months.
If Congress doesn't strike a deal,
it would not be good in the least bit.
All right, so what if the U.S. does default? The White House puts it in simple terms. It says it would fundamentally hinder the federal government from serving the American people. A default would also wreak havoc on the stock market, lead to higher interest rates, and ultimately a possible recession. Alicia?
All right. Thank you very much for that heads up.